Content warnings can be found in the description. Previously on Tales Unwritten, after a hard-fought battle, the party claimed victory and gained control of the Pontificate Galleon. Alex saw his father again, with one less eye than he remembered, while Maud was able to save the life of Sister Wit. It was a day of many reunions, it turned out. After an order from Commander Tremont, the mysterious Pontificate assassin unmasked herself to reveal a face that looked strikingly similar to Karna's lost love, Delamere.
Why do you think they feel the need to put the indicator that this is a 6 on a D6?
What I think it is, I think they just have the plate and they use it for a bunch of different dice.
It's standard, yeah. Like
the plate be the same size for a D6 as it would be for a larger dice?
Well, actually, for
Like
the D8s,
for a D8
yeah.
maybe, or a D, maybe not a D12. I don't know.
What if I was playing with a D6 my whole life and I thought it just went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9?
Welcome to Tales Unwritten, the only tabletop RPG show that asks the real questions about dice.
Do you know the difference between 6 and 9?
What are the best tasting dice?
Blue.
Metal, obviously.
It's 8 p.m. Do you know where your dice are?
We've been here that long?
No, that was yesterday.
Oh.
We were here.
We're late.
We were here until 11 p.m. yesterday.
A while.
And it will flow so much faster for you guys.
It left us with a lot to think about. Or at least it left me with a lot to think about. I can't tell what everybody else is doing.
I hope you did your thinking, because you are currently staring at what looks like Delamere to you. Though she looks a little differently. It's similar to Moira. Her horns have been filed down. She has gold-tipped ears that are much shorter than you remember them being. And she's just looking at you.
My mouth is just sort of agape. How is she regarding me?
She's staring at you fairly blankly.
Delamere? Delamere. It's Karna. I shakily grab at the scabbard of Sunder at my side.
Thunder in the back of your head. Give me to her. Give me to her.
I hold it up. I thought you were gone for good. I found Sunder. And I walk towards her, just like holding the scabbard in two hands. She's incomplete, but she's still here.
Instead of indifference, now you're seeing just sort of like she recoils a bit, not really understanding what you're doing or why you're doing it.
I slow down as I realize that she's kind of like, like, would you say it's like, just disgust, or is it confusion? Is it
confusion? Like a little bit like, what's this weirdo doing? And you hear something in the back of your head, put me in her hand.
Trade you? And I point at her blade.
She looks very confused now. She looks down at the blade. She doesn't let go of her blade, but she does take Sunder. She will hand you her blade. And then remove Sunder from the sheath. She looks at it. She looks at you.
You made her a long time ago.
And she is going to attempt to stab you.
I will act defensively. So
Okay.
kind of like taking a dodge action.
Then we'll double your AC then.
My AC is 4 at this case.
Okay, so yeah. She has to crit to actually stab you. And she does not.
I kind of just like kind of catch her hand.
Yeah.
Like kind of swing around, almost kind of like put her into like a little dip, and I look into her eyes as I do.
She's going to attempt to break that.
I'm not going to hold her forcibly.
She breaks out and like slightly pirouettes into a defensive stance, still holding Sunder.
Karna, why did you give her your sword?
It was never mine. My eyes filled with ire look to Tremont. What did you do to her?
I didn't do it. I promise.
And what did they do to her?
Alex, can you roll a history check with advantage or religion, whatever's stronger for you?
By the way, none of you have ever seen this expression on Karna. Ever.
Yeah, Maud is very concerned.
Religion, the context matters. 10.
A 10? Okay, then you're confused as well, which I guess lore-wise means this practice is not widely known. He's pushing back the whiskers of his beard, his mustache. He's considering whether or not he should tell you this. It's called oblitemy. Her knowledge was taken from her and stored somewhere else. The thing about the oblitemy vials is that they are only useful so long as the subject is alive. And I suppose they decided they would put her to use so long as she couldn't remember who she was.
I suppose these are kept in a relatively secure stronghold.
I don't know where. I wouldn't mind telling you if I did. You actually see Delamere looks at Tremont angrily.
The Abjurat are subjects of the Pontificate Council and the High Pontiff themselves. Chances are high that if the vial is in their custody, it's in Vitega. And Alex can't even look at his father right now, and he's just glancing over at Delamere.
This is not normal procedure. I suppose she was considered useful enough to keep around in this manner instead of in a prison somewhere. I didn't know until she was assigned to me for this.
She follows your orders.
To an extent. Nothing that would directly conflict with her primary orders.
And I'm guessing you don't know what those orders are.
I assume to ensure your death or capture.
Karna nods shallowly as he looks back to Tremont and his now singular glowing eye. I've always been curious about that particular affliction around your eyes. Does your goddess see through those eyes?
I don't know. It's possible.
I take a few steps towards him and I look into his eye. Just kind of tilting my head a little bit. If they can, I hope they remember this face. And I hope they remember this day. Because I will bring her back.
I wish you the best I can on that.
I look back to Delamere. Is she still staring at him angrily, or does she shift her gaze back to me?
She's sort of shifting here and there. She's a little confused by the situation. She doesn't look like she's trying to understand it, more that she's trying to understand what she needs to do right now.
Will she just return with you, if you're to part ways, or will she continue to hunt me?
I don't rightly know. It's possible that she'll continue to hunt for you. I don't know what they're going to do with us. We already failed once. I don't know if we'll get another chance at redemption.
I guess that's for you to decide what your path will lead.
I think that's fair.
Am I still tuned in with Sunder at all? Can I get a vibe of what Sunder's feeling at the moment, or is Sunder
not without this direct connect?
Gotcha,
not without direct
touching
connection
it
to her. Either you or your muse interacting with her, it's harder for you. You don't have an inherent connection with her the same way Delamere should. She is not reacting as if she can hear anything.
My glare softens as I look back to Delamere to, again, just kind of a somberful look.
She was assigned to us as Abjurat Octavia.
Octavia? Is that what you respond to now?
She doesn't seem to be interested in answering your questions.
Is she able to speak anymore? Did they take her voice as well?
I've heard her speak. If you'd like to roll persuasion to try and get her to speak, you could.
I walk over to her, again, kind of within striking distance. Is it truly your desire to have me killed? Do you really not remember anything? Persuasion, 26.
Okay.
And I won't dodge if she strikes again.
She narrows her eyes.
What I want doesn't matter. All that matters is what I'm ordered to do.
And what's that?
That's not for you to know.
The you I know wouldn't follow someone else's orders.
I don't know you.
I suppose you don't. But I'm a nice guy when you get to know me.
She, incredibly fast this time, moves to attack you again.
I don't move.
And you wouldn't be able to defend even if you could.
Yeah.
She rolled a nat 20.
That's fine.
Oh, fuck.
That was my decision on if she would attack, and she's attacking with conviction.
I will, however, as soon as Sunder makes purchase, if she hits, which I'm assuming she does, grab the handle of the blade and just kind of like pin it in wherever it stabs.
She hits you for 11 damage, just stabbing you, and I'd say just as close to your heart as she could get, but I imagine you might have been able to shift a little bit.
I wouldn't shift.
Okay, then she stabs you as close to your heart as she can get to.
And I grab and just kind of like hold her hand there with the blade handle. Going for the heart. Even if your mind isn't the same, your soul is still just as righteously poetic as ever.
Hey, I've changed my mind. I don't want to be held by her anymore. This is bad. I don't like it. She won't listen.
Noted.
How close is Maud to Karna right now?
You were on the lower decks with Abbas Whip before, so you could have been seeing this and you could have gotten closer if you wanted to.
Yeah, Maud would react to that. I think she would start running because she doesn't know what the fuck is going on with Karna right now, and she would try to go help.
My eyes are very much on Delamere, so I'm not sure if I'd notice you moving.
Are you going to try to attack?
Yeah, Maud is going to go over and try to get Sunder out of Delamere's grasp.
The best way to do that might be just like fucking kick her like straight in the chest or something.
Okay, Maud runs and is gonna attempt to just like kick her full force.
Just drop kick?
I think just roll a d4.
Would anybody try to stop Maud between...
No.
You wouldn't? Okay.
Fuck, it's a 1.
Then I do think she will let go of the sword. I think you still get her to do that, but she's going to deal damage to you, like grabbing your foot and just slamming you down onto the ground, dealing 4 damage as you hit the ground, like a little bit of anime style, like blood spurts out of your mouth. It's because you're already hurt.
What?
And like Delamere just holds Maud to the ground, glaring at you now.
Assuming it's not in a vital artery where I'm going to start bleeding out, which my health pool says I'm not.
I think both you managed to grab before, like it
and she's not familiar enough with my anatomy.
And I think Sunder stopped herself from stabbing your heart as well. I don't think Sunder would let that happen if she could help it.
Okay.
Is Delamere grabbing me by the throat or just the body?
I think the throat. Like
Throat, yeah, just like pinning me down.
You can try and grapple out if you want.
Yeah, can I try?
Try. That's test the strength roll. Plus your strength.
Ooh, 21.
You're able to break out. How do you break out of the hold?
She grabs Delamere's wrist and kind of twists it and just pushes herself, almost like headbutting her, and like pushes her away.
As you get up and out, I would step between the two of you, just kind of like hold my hand out in front of you, Maud. I would pull Sunder out of my chest.
Karna, what the fuck are you doing?
I look at you silently with this look of sadness and determination. This is like him being like, I need this. And I just kind of like gently, like if you'll allow me, just kind of like push you back a little.
Yeah, she bristles down a little and lets herself be like gently like pushed back a couple steps.
I take Sunder and I place her back in her scabbard. Well, if your goal truly is to hunt me, clearly you understand you're outnumbered right now. And it's not the opportune moment. I have no doubt you'll have plenty of opportunities in the future. In fact, I'm counting on it. I don't know what you identify as now, Octavia. But I will find Delamere. Whether she's somewhere in there or somewhere out there. I will see you again. And if I'm lucky enough for your face to be the last I see, then I'll take that as the blessing it is. Before today, return to your masters, and remember this face, and remember this day. Because Karna Freehorn does not die easy.
Noted.
Pivots, runs, and jumps straight into the ocean.
I let her go.
Is she running towards greener pastures or away from greener pastures?
I think she's running towards the closest bit of land.
Okay.
I will then just kind of like slump down, bleeding.
That was Delamere.
I don't know who that was. But she's using her body.
Just from description, I imagined her warmer.
She is. And I take one of the orange blossoms out of the, now I'm guessing incredibly messy braid after everything that's gone on.
There might even be just one left, like after everything that's happened.
Oh.
Yeah. And just kind of like look at it between my two very bloodied fingers, the petals kind of staining with my own blood. I just kind of kiss the flower and lose consciousness. The drugs have worn off. My short rest is over.
I was gonna say that's gonna hit soon.
Alex sees that and kind of just looks at his hands. One of them still red from the burning. And he's been standing next to his father this whole time, but watching the exchange with Karna and Delamere. But after seeing Karna fall, he storms below deck. As a pontificate galleon, there must be some storage of medical supplies.
Absolutely.
Here. Yeah, he's gonna potions or just whatever he can use. He's gonna come back up with like an armful of them.
Karna also has potions on his person.
I do. And we have people who are medically trained amongst the fun.
I'm making the pontificate pay for
fine.
this.
Oh, no.
This is on their dime.
We're keeping their ship. This ship and everything on it is ours.
So he goes to each of the Fani that participated in the battle. He walks up to Fergus and goes, "Is that more other people's blood or yours?"
Good helping of both.
Okay, I'll take one potion and just pass it over just to help. And then I'll go and for everyone that participated in the battle and looks wounded, I'll give them a potion or give them something to help with their wounds.
Hillbillies get nothing.
Hillbillies helped, but they didn't get injured, so they're fine.
You're good.
I go over to Maud.
Maud's pretty injured, you can tell.
But I have to ration these. I give you one potion. I'm
Thank you.
sorry I couldn't get here sooner.
Oh, no, I'm fine. I'm really great.
Splat of blood on the deck.
Little bit of a furball.
Got another bloody hairball.
And then I finally get to Karna and I have 2 bottles. And I kind of just crouch down next to him.
You see that none of Karna's wounds are particularly fatal. If any, like he's wounded for sure. Not as bad off as Maud was.
Yeah.
You can tell he's just fatigued.
You took a sword to your chest. Alex
dagger.
feels like something has to help with that. So I'll pour it on the wound.
So firstly, each of you roll 2d4 plus 2.
Do I?
Yeah, because you got the potion.
2d4.
If you
I
want.
healed max.
Nice.
Oh, so do you. 10 points actually.
God
2
damn.
fours.
Fuck yeah.
These some potent.
Oh, sorry.
My metal caltrops,
Mine now.
But it brings you up to 2/3 of your health. Yeah.
Feeling the potion like poured on my wound, I probably been like, ah.
And you notice they don't, depending on how deep the cut is, they don't eliminate scars, but like they do, heal the
I
wound.
probably have a more minor scar here, if only for dramatic purposes.
So I guess we're treating them less as potions and more like poultices, where like you apply it to the wound instead of drinking it.
Oh, I drank mine.
I think as long as it
had
gets,
internal
it gets
injuries.
into the system.
She eats everything. I ate the Coke.
Yeah, like it essentially speeds up the process of healing to keep things from getting really bad.
It's recovery girl spit.
Yeah,
It feels itchy and very hot.
scar elimination is a thing, but very talented healers are capable of it. Otherwise, Karna wouldn't have scars.
Alex, with the last bottle, I just walk over to my father. I like to imagine that he's sitting on the steps that kind of lead up to the forecastle.
Would he have like stoically like ripped off a piece of fabric and just tied it over his like shattered eye?
Yeah, part of his little like sort of skirt thing.
He sits down on the step next to his father, not even looking at him, passes him the potion. Poultice.
That's very generous of you. He sort of dumps it on his eye.
Then puts the bandage over it.
Yeah, I mean you can see it like sort of scar over and like just nothing's really there. There's not enough eye to recover.
I would have been surprised if the eye grew back, honestly.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, he thought.
Yeah.
Alex looks off to the rising sun in the east. I always wanted to protect the light. That spark of hope, joy that can give people warmth and darkness, and he kind of puts a hand under his cloak and feels for his armor plate, still feeling the branches of forest tree on the chest plate. Inspires. But I think I have my answer, that light is real. And I still want to protect it. And then he grabs his amulet. But it's not for his light. And then I gesture to him with the amulet. If it helps Mother, then return to the pontificate with this, and tell them the truth. Apostle Alex Tremont is dead. And he just drops it.
He picks it up. He just sort of curtly nods. I respect your convictions here. I don't know if proud of you is the right series of words. It doesn't feel wrong. I can never say anything right. I understand.
When you catch your breath, you can take Moira and the sister. Take the lifeboat attached to the sloop and go.
Maud kind of steps over to you and is like,
Actually, I don't. Maybe we should wake the sister up first and see what she wants to do, because I don't know if these people, if she's gonna wanna. I don't know.
Wasn't she the one that blew up that life raft, or was that you? No, Karna's still.
I'm awake after you poured that on me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was Karna.
Honestly, from what little I was able to see, it did not look like anyone here was on the verge of defecting.
I think I need to hear her say it one more time.
Well, I did douse her with a poultice. Is the sister awake?
She's sort of groggily waking up.
Alex gestures for Maud to take the lead here.
We lost.
Maud's gonna step over to the sister and ask,
How are you feeling?
Very terrible.
Hmm.
And she smiles at you, like that same, like sort of like kind but dead-eyed smile.
Maud will smile back a little bit.
So,
I do not judge you for doing what you feel was right. But your side is, they're hurting people. And they don't care about you. It's just, I'm just an outside person. I am not inside of your mind or anyone there, but they're treating you pretty shitty. I'm assuming because a very known criminal was in your care and then you let him go, and that wasn't your fault. But they are still punishing you regardless.
it is my fault. I knew. I let him go anyway, and then he blew up part of Port Tarif. That is my responsibility. Now, I'm not sure confronting him in that moment would have been the right thing, but I could have reported it, and I chose not to.
Why?
I liked him. He seemed friendly enough. But I know the church doesn't care about me. That's not what this is about. In my experience, the systems don't care about anybody. People care about people. That's all I've ever lived by. And if I can use the church to care for children or anyone else I can care for, I will.
And the young elf girl in your care, Karna says, just kind of blankly staring out towards where I'm assuming Delamere is still swimming. What's to become of young Violet?
I don't know, especially now that I'm not Abbess. I certainly don't know. I would hope that she wouldn't be so fortunate as to show promise that would draw anyone's attention.
Goddess forbid.
Harold Moira was a child at the Abbey. You notice Moira is also awake, and she's just sort of staring down both Tremont and Wit, not saying anything, just sort of like arm on her knee, glowering. You can't see her eyes, but you could tell.
Yeah.
Her parents were rebels in defending Port Tarif from the Pontificate. They died, and she was an orphan in the Abbey. I found it in the logbooks. I don't know who they were. I don't think anyone does. But I can only assume she's half-elf.
Why did they take her horns? They're filed down.
You saw it. The people are not kind to other people who are so drastically different from them.
You people are not kind to those who are different.
What am I going to do about that other than be kind?
Grand question, I suppose.
I can't stop the Pontificate. You can't stop the Pontificate. All I can do is work within it. So I will.
You're not going to change anything if they don't...
You're not going to change anything.
We already are.
She actually laughs for the first time. Her smile seems slightly more genuine, if not happy. What have you changed?
Well, we're fucking nobodies, and they're out here chasing us because we represent hope. And that's something.
You represent defiance, and they will kill you. We were sent because it was our opportunity to redeem ourselves for our failures. They will send someone else next time, someone more powerful. If we're lucky, we will be given a third chance. I can't guarantee that. But either way, someone else will be in charge and they will kill you. And I have no control over that, and neither do you.
I guess that's true. But I mean, you can't kill an idea, you know?
You absolutely can kill an idea. You kill everyone who has it and who will spread it.
We're going to change things.
Your optimism is endearing, but it will get you killed.
Maybe. And then you just hear a loud splash as this entire time Alex has actually been taking off his chest plate and just dropped it into the sea. But in the meantime, I think we're going to enjoy the free ship we just got from you. Ahmad, I think you have your answer.
I think it's time you find out how forgiving the Pontificate is.
You are better than all of them.
I'm not.
You are.
Again, you're very sweet.
Don't let them control you. I know you want to do good. You are kind. I know you are. They will take advantage of you until they can't anymore, and then they will get rid of you.
I know.
And that is your choice to make, I suppose. But there is always... You can always run.
You didn't run.
I think that's the first time that I haven't. Because of hope.
Well, I hope you don't die.
I hope you don't either.
I would recommend that you all disappear if you can. And that's probably the most I can say without definitely being executed, so...
Now it's Karna's turn to laugh. I've tried disappearing. I disappeared for decades. And yet, you found me all the same. You'll always find me. Wherever there is
Terrorism.
Sure. Go ahead. Head on back to your pontificate. Tell them of the great rebel, Karna Freehorn, and his horrific songs of death and destruction. How he'll lay waste to all that the goddess calls dear.
Moira simply looks around at the blood-soaked ship. I think I will.
And let them know that it may be the last thing they see. But know that when they come looking for it, I will not be looking for them.
I think it's time for you to go.
Moira just sort of like shrugs. Tremont also slowly gets up. He looks towards Alex. Does Alex meet his gaze at all?
Alex side-eyes him. He's still looking towards the sunrise. In fact, for the most part, his back's been turned to this whole affair. But he can kind of feel his dad looking at him, so he'll just...
He looks to Karna now.
If it makes the story go down any better, you can always tell them I killed him. It's not like your pontificate has any higher opinion of me either way.
I'll come up with something.
Better make it believable. If she is seeing through your eyes, they may just see through it.
Tremont walks over to where Moira is, grabs her by the throat, and just starts squeezing.
I cock my eye at that.
Does anyone do anything about it?
How is Moira reacting?
I mean, Moira's struggling, but she is very weak right now.
I want to look into Tremont's eye. Is there, like, shock or any sort of expression on his face that reads like this is unwilling?
Roll insight.
Oh, that one's going in the dice jail. 5.
You see nothing going on. He just sort of stares off into space as he does this. He's not looking at her. He's not looking at anyone.
Could I roll for insight?
Sure.
I figure out what to add to it. Insight is +1, so 16.
You can see that he's dissociating. That's what you're getting. You know that look.
I know that look. Hey, hypothetically speaking, if God could see through eyes, could they just take control of someone's body?
Moira, I'm guessing, is... I guess can't see her eyes, although if she's shaking around, might be able to get a glance at them.
And you can actually see they're brightly colored like an elf. They don't look normal human or even normal pontificate eyes.
They're not yellow. Glowing.
They're not yellow.
Okay.
Karna understands why Tremont is doing what he is doing. He's conflicted, and he would only act in this moment. He's still very tired, fatigued, loss of blood, coming off of a stimulant bender. He would only act to save her if she looked pleadingly at him.
Well, let's see if she does. She rolled an 18. She is.
Oh, she's like looking around. She's about
like,
to die.
You can actually see tears streaming from her eyes as she's like, her face is getting redder.
For just a split second of hesitation, he's going to start running towards his father and looking like he's about to brace him from behind.
As he clocks that she actually looks like she doesn't want to die, and she's looking to me, the person she believes to be enemy number one, for help.
I think you look like the most sympathetic face here.
That's hysterical.
Much so.
In order to quell this, I am going to cast Sleep with my highest level spell slot directly on Tremont. I'm going to use all of my D8 with whatever health pool he has left. Granted, Alex just healed him, so that's going to be a little bit higher. Shit, how many? 15, 29, 7, so this is 6.
He's gonna sleep so good.
36.
Oh my god.
He has a lot of health, so this might not do it, but it might weaken him for what you're...
I'll tell you, it hasn't gotten there yet.
Oh, 15 melatonins just shoved down his throat.
And 42.
Whew.
That is 2 points above what you needed to get.
Yes, let's go! As she looks at him pleadingly, I think we need to calm down here. And like the sound of like gentle rain, sleep, he falls to the deck,
He just like falls straight down on his back. You hear like just a huge thud.
At that point, he thuds onto Alex and just takes a step.
Your father's dead weight is a lot.
Moira, I'm guessing, like falls, just clasping in air. I walk over to her. I look her in the eye as soon as she like looks up at me. Always remember the terror of Karna Freehorn. And I pat her on the shoulder. Enjoy your trip back.
And Maud was about to act, and you two already did it, so she just goes,
We did it. Yippee. I helped.
Thank goodness I took the armor off because my encumbrance was.
Are you just gonna like load him into the?
I don't know what to do with him now. He just tried to strangle someone.
That's on them at this point.
I mean, but Alex is maybe invested in keeping his father alive.
I don't.
Alex, do you need help?
Fuck.
You look good.
You can decide if you're just gonna keep him and let them go.
He's technically our prisoner right now.
Oh, fuck. And I finally just let him drop.
If you take your father as a hostage, that's some decent, plausible deniability, I guess.
but then Alex's mom.
Well, if he's a hostage, yes.
If Moira and Wit are willing to say that he is a hostage, that could help. So you might want to persuade with advantage.
I honestly, with what I just said to her, I'll take that as my persuasion for her to remember what I have done.
Roll with advantage.
28.
So,
Or 27,
does someone want to
sorry.
just explain that's going to be the story, or
Alex just looks at his father for a moment and just goes, no, he can't leave. Not yet.
This guy's dead. Just be chill. And remember, the Pontificate does not care about you. And you will be heroes. This could help, about your position in things. So
We will not be heroes, but I will tell them that you have taken Commander Tremont hostage.
sick. I don't mean to be rude, but we really have to get going.
Uncle Fergus, how long will it take to set sail?
I mean, as long as you don't mind a little bit of blood, we can get going pretty fast.
Perfect.
Karna throws a thumbs up.
We might want to like clean up a bit on the way over. It might spook the herd a bit.
That's fine. Hillbillies, are you fine manning the sloop? You seem to have a fine handle of it on the way here.
Alikos goes, yeah.
Karna gives him the faintest warmth of a smile and a thumbs up. He's had a fucking day. He's at the edge of his. He's performatively kind at the moment.
We're good at boats now.
You just start hearing a thunk as Alex is just trying to carry his father into the brig below deck.
You don't need help. You look like you're doing great.
Yeah, no.
You got this.
I'll be back in a few.
Cool, okay. And Maud just stands there doing nothing. Like, just not helping him and also just...
Karna starts to climb the crow's nest as everything's getting ready, up to where the flag is splayed. And I will slice it from its tethers and let it fly into the breeze.
All right, so you guys set sail over to the other part of the island?
So for pretty much the duration of the sailing, Alex is taking his father into the brig, taking off his armor, kind of stripping him down to just the padding he would use to keep from hurting himself.
Right.
And then tying his hands together because he's not sure what the hell's going to happen next.
Karna would just kind of like be going around just like helping people clean up the bloody mess that Uncle Fergus left behind. Luckily, all of my bloody messes were in a completely different boat and now in the ocean.
Maud's going to talk to Gritty, who in her head is like, grumble, grundle. I won't have to say it.
You can be helping him mop up a big blood pool or something.
Yeah.
The carnage of Fergus.
Maud, we did it.
You were magnificent. I saw you ram people. That was awesome.
Yeah, no, it's really true what they say.
Love conquers all.
Do they say that?
My people do.
Oh.
Do yours not?
I've never heard that before.
Oh, okay.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
And that's a ship that's never going to set sail.
We're on it right now.
After you get him secured in the brig, this spell only lasts 1 minute. He would wake up.
Then he would definitely be bound by the time he wakes up.
Or at least caged.
Yeah, that would be the first priority.
Oh, I did have shackles. I would have given those to you.
Karna for sure used them for sex things in between.
Oh, absolutely. They're a little bit too sticky.
I'm wearing gloves, but those gloves...
But they're on your dad now.
Why are these shackles? Why are they like this?
I don't know. We'll talk later.
What are these stains?
Okay.
Clocking where he is.
Oh. Well, this wasn't the plan.
It was not. Do you even remember what happened?
Yeah. I was going to murder Harold Moira, and then she couldn't tell a different story when we got back.
You were going to maybe tell anyone about that?
I figured it was obvious.
You were around a lot of people who are kind of...
She was obviously going to not go with our story.
Well, then at that point, Della Octavia was the problem because she already swam off.
Yeah, but I can't do anything about her.
Commander, I feel like this was something that should have been discussed.
I am an act first, talk later kind of man. You know this about me.
I do, but I thought you were a well-reasoned tactician who maybe...
And I tactically thought we should eliminate the amount of people who would say a different story.
Here's the problem. Everything looked like you were being mind controlled.
No, he did.
Oh, well, I wasn't.
Then maybe you should have said, she'll talk if we let her live.
You didn't ask me any questions. You just sort of put me to sleep.
That's fair. I was going to after I tried to stop you, but Karna's Karna. You know what? It's a bit too late now. Things have... God damn it, what am I going to do with you?
It seems like imprison me.
I guess so.
I'm not mad about it. I mean,
I'm mad. This has gone totally out of whack. I was
out of whack. Is it a thing that people your age
say it sometimes.
Okay. I don't dislike it. I just never heard it before.
Why am I having this conversation with you?
Really, this is the most carefully conversation we've ever had, I think.
I kind of wanted the last conversation we had to be impactful, not a post-mortem on a fucked up murder.
Well, it's not post-mortem because she didn't die, did she?
Attempted murder.
Your plan definitely died.
Well, it was going to work if you let me kill her.
But it's dead now, so the post-mortem's on the plan, not the murder.
So what's the plan now?
Well, at this point, you're staying here because the way you were going to take to get back is gone.
I figured that, yeah.
I think I need above deck. Lock. Leave.
I miss my eye.
He's very candid when he wakes up.
Yeah, no,
He's groggy.
Alex walks to the top deck and thought, well, he just wanted to murder Moira.
What?
Wasn't that obvious?
No.
No.
Not at all.
It was incredibly obvious.
Wait, so we did. Okay.
Then why did...
Yeah, actually, this is a good thing. This is a good thing
feel
because we created fake lore that now is going to spread throughout all the fucked up people, and they're going to think their god can reach through and kill them through the eyes of the
Moira
glowy
didn't think
people.
that's what was happening.
Well, I thought it.
I feel like this is something only you and I thought.
Yeah, we're normal. Everyone else is weird.
Yeah, you caught me at a real moment where I was just not trusting anyone but maybe you two and the other Fawny that sacrificed their well-being for this. So I feel like...
Your allies, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I've been taken advantage of twice today, and I feel like I can't say anything about it because we still got a sloop to deal with.
It's okay, Alex. We're normal.
Look, after everything that transpired, when she looked at me with those eyes, I didn't want to watch anything else die today.
Neither did I, but I was thinking he was not in his own mind doing it. I was fine with us stopping him, but if I had known he was just trying to kill Moira to keep the secret, I would have let him just go on the lifeboat.
Yeah, I was gonna do something really cool before you two. I was gonna do flips
I know.
Cool
I'm
speech.
I'm sorry we got in the way.
Yeah, it's okay. You know how cool I am.
I feel like I had a very impactful conversation when I cut off ties to Fora and therefore my father. But now he's sitting in the brig and honestly is kind of chatty, which is the first time that's happened in my whole life. I don't know how to handle this anymore, and I kind of feel like this is the first time in my life I've been this out of control.
That's fucked up.
Karna smiles at that. He's never seen you this exasperated, and he's finding it a little funny.
And the
wrong with your
party
feelings?
powder's finally hitting me.
This is the most you've ever talked also.
Fuck, it's contagious.
That's fucked up. No one should have to talk to their
think
dad.
I was gonna say it. Maybe it was the goddess's light that makes us so taciturn, but my dad, I think, is still falling for hook, line, and sinker, and he was talking just as much as I'm out of breath talking. This hasn't happened before.
I'm so hungry.
Can we see the other sloop yet?
Can all of you roll a Constitution check?
Yeah, go, dice, go. Go, dice, go.
18.
5.
4.
Both Alex and Maud in this moment, as you just sort of like chatting, like you get so exasperated, you just sort of like fall unconscious as the party powder just wears off.
I need inspiration, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, both of you get inspiration. Yippee! And you both just fall unconscious at the exact same time as the party powder wears off.
Karna just kind of like smiles, knowing what's happening.
It already happened to you, so you were able to power through it with. You've gotten your 5th wind.
I just kind of like rub my face, and if anybody's free who's not like doing any rigging or anything like that, you know, if Chloe's free or Cassie, whoever would be wandering by, feel free to choose. I'd be like, hey, would you mind helping me getting them into the, I don't know.
I'll help with that. That's
He
probably
should be
more.
steering the ship. He's probably the only one geared to do that.
Oh, Cassie can handle it. Cassie, keep going. Just keep steering us straight.
You're doing great, dear.
I can handle the big one.
Yeah, just find a dormitory, just a soft sack of potatoes, something, just
Okay.
out of the sun. And I kind of like help with Maud. Just
Uncle Fergus grabs Alex by the feet and like Alex thumps against the stairs as they go down below deck.
yeah, you're both significantly taller than us, so it's less about the weight and more about just like the awkwardness of your size.
I'm realizing there was a better way to do this, but in for a penny. Here we go.
He'll be fine. He's got a thick head. At least if it's genetic.
You pass by the brig and Tremont is just like, what did you do to my son?
I gave him drugs. I open my eyes wide as I walk past, and we just kind of drag them past.
You did what? No, come back! It takes about 2 to 3 hours to like circumnavigate the island a bit to like
Get up to the dock.
By then the sun is higher in the sky, which the lighting will show.
Reflect.
There we go.
Did the people that fall unconscious from the party powder get the benefits of a short rest then?
I say they do.
You guys are taking a nap.
What's that?
Honestly, it doesn't affect me at all because I didn't take any damage during that battle.
You get to heal for a certain amount. Yeah, you do that. And in this moment, I just want to like just note for everybody, like this has been a really long day because this arc started at the beginning of yesterday and hasn't stopped.
It's not even noon yet the next day.
No,
So tired.
This is like, when you think about it, Dragon Ball Z, the Buu Saga, that takes place over a weekend.
yeah,
37. You can't go
you're at
any
full
higher
health.
than 31.
Awesome, thank you.
yeah. You're back to full. We'll just say that. That said, I think after these few hours, you do eventually wake up. It's like we can have you all back for
Yeah, we
As you guys
we
arrive.
ring the deck bell as soon as we see sight of the dock.
I didn't need that.
You guys are approaching Shepherd's Landing, not knowing what you'll find there. You do see the sloop.
Sloop. There it is.
You don't see any movement on it, and can you guys all roll perception checks for me? If someone has a spyglass, they can roll with advantage.
Yay!
Someone.
That one went wild.
16.
10.
10.
Then, Karna,
My
you're
naked
able to
eye
pick
is
out
so
with your
good.
naked eye that they also have the flag not on the sloop anymore. And you might even see like little figures on the deck, but like not human-sized.
Well, looks like we've got another ship in our fleet.
You guys see there's still people on shore. You can't see much until you get closer, though.
Uncle Fergus, prepare to weigh anchor.
Yep, sure thing.
Can Maud talk to Cassie?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, how are you feeling after that?
Oh, did you know I'm magic? Because I didn't know.
Yeah, no, I didn't. That's very cool to discover.
I just learned that.
That's great.
That's crazy.
I have a question to ask you.
Sure, yeah.
I know that you just got back from a journey or whatever, but and I haven't even talked to my friends about this, but I want to ask you first. I want to find my sister and make things right. I did not abandon her. I did. It's a long story and I can explain to you later, but I need to make things right with her, and I'm afraid if it's just me, then she is going to be scared or not want to talk to me or something, and you two are friends. And do you want to see more of the world if you were traveling with your Uncle Karna? And you could, we could spar and hang out, and you can learn more about magic and stuff, and it would be nice. I don't know, it'd be nice to have the girl around. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. It'd be fun to travel with my uncle. I don't get to see him a lot.
Karna just wandering around deck, making sure we're heading in a straight path, making sure we're not going to crash into any land.
I think I need time to think about that. That's a big decision.
Okay.
We at least have to figure out what's happening with the rest of the herd before I make a decision like that.
Of course. You'd be doing me a big favor. So
Look, I don't know how I know, but I do know this. You're gonna see her again.
Really?
Yeah, I'm sure of it. And Uncle Fergus screams, "Cassandra! Come on, girl, we need a way anchor."
Give it some thought.
Yeah. And then she rushes off.
I'm guessing this ship might be too big to pull up to the dock itself, or is it a deep dock?
You'd have to be offshore, I think.
Yeah, okay. So we'll use the other sloop as a loader then. Unless we have a second lifeboat on this thing, which would be nice.
Like there was another lifeboat on the other end of the ship. That was my thought.
Okay.
So you still have one lifeboat.
Okay, so we can use...
Wouldn't save everybody's lives if something happened, but...
Oh no, we're Titanicing this.
Yeah, I would head over. The sloop is probably at a bit of a distance, but I'm very loud. So I would just kind of project back to the hillbillies to get them to try to pull up along the dock and park, just dock at the dock.
Yep, all right, let's get her done, boys!
I love docking with the boys.
Let's jump that dock! But Karna would head ashore to be with the party.
I assume you guys go with him?
Unless you want to stay with your dad for some reason.
No.
I think you need space from him.
So
What's this I hear about you being on drugs, boy?
yeah, so there's probably an awkward moment as he wakes up groggy from his fainting spell and passes by his father, and they just kind of lock eyes for a moment, and there's at least a look on his face like, what the hell?
You're doing drugs now.
And I keep walking. And I just walk.
I'm not high enough for this.
Yeah, no, I get on the deck bleary-eyed and... Yeah, no, I'm coming.
Nymphy also demands to go with you.
She got to get back to her husband.
She has to get back to her husband's. And when you guys dock, she does see them like, husband! She starts making out with them. They start making out with each other. It's a whole making out party thing.
The fuckball begins.
I would love to believe the husbands were the one that took the boat. It's like, I'll fight the pontificate, but my husbands will save the rest.
Let's see, were they part of it? No.
No, she's the fighter.
They have to stay home and take care of the home and the cooking.
Make out with each other and blow each other.
They gotta make out with each other.
Yeah. I'd find Elder Karina.
You find Elder Karina surrounded by pontificate soldiers wrapped in vines that are like thorned and like crawling into their mouths to keep them from saying anything. They're all alive, but very well restrained. And she's just sort of sitting on a log, just sort of like,
I see you've had an eventful day as well, Elder Karina. What'd they tell you?
Oh, they have not told me much yet. I have been letting them stew. Let them think about what they have done.
I look to you. Which one of these has the highest rank? Did any of them seem to be, like, in command?
I would look over to see any, like, I guess at this point, an officer above an apostle that'd be leading them if a commander was on the boat.
Roll perception.
12.
12? That's enough. You don't see a captain, but you do see a face you recognize. His name is Apostle Bishop. You recognize him as the guard you tricked into giving his guarding duties to.
Oh my god.
Who's just sort of glaring at you now that he sees you.
That one seems chatty. I kind of look at I look at Elder Karina, and I just go like this, like, unwrap the mouth a little if you wouldn't mind.
Okay.
She like hits your staff down on the ground, and then the vines sort of retract.
Ugh. Was that painful? It seems painful.
It's such a bad gag reflex.
Then you are on the wrong island. What were you looking for?
You.
Well, you found me.
And also, we were gonna round up a few others, but like, you're clearly dangerous.
Am I? You and, sorry, what was her rank? Karna wouldn't know or care. You and Moira would have a wonderful chat, I imagine, at some point.
We've had a chat.
I imagine you'll have another interesting one later if you make it off this island.
Okay, what do you want? Fuck you, by the way.
Was it at least a good date?
Yeah, we were really hitting it off, and then I got reassigned.
Oh, wonderful.
You don't even know what we're talking about.
I don't really care.
I also just realized I'm supposed to be dead. I may have not, should have come ashore.
Oh, that entire discussion died with your father.
Probably.
You killed your father?
No.
That's fucked up.
Yes. One of us tells lies and one of us tells the truth.
You can't
You
say
seem like a
that, or else, well then, if
You seem like a liar.
if she's the liar, then everything she just said was a lie, which means we both could be telling lies or both be telling truths. That's why the person that's part of the puzzle can't be the one that tells you what it is.
Yeah, idiot.
I don't care about what's going on. What do you want from me?
I suppose you don't intend to leave this island alone anymore. Well, that's not your decision. What the hell am I talking about?
I'm not really in a position to argue right now.
No, you're not. And frankly, your life is out of my hands, too. And I just kind of like look back to Elder Karina. But we're not a violent people. We really aren't.
Well, that's not really my business.
It seems like you've made it your business by being here. Armed and in force.
Did no one on these ships have qualms about coming onto an island that seemed to offer no credible threat? Not a single person
I'm
on
just here to redeem myself because you tricked me, and then the prison blew up.
You value your personal honor and recognition more than the lives of hundreds of people who have done nothing wrong.
Who says they've done nothing wrong?
Who says they've done something wrong?
No one said anything. I'm just here.
Clearly someone thought they did something wrong.
He's
they brought
just
you
following
here.
orders.
Yeah, he gets it.
Yeah.
He agrees with me.
I get
He
it.
likes what I'm doing.
Clearly.
You get why that's bad, right? Just following orders.
That's what I'm here to do. What are you talking about?
Well, your orders clearly have not led you to a good place.
You haven't led me to a good place. I wouldn't be here if you had followed your orders. So if people would just follow orders, things wouldn't get all out of whack and I'd be able to have a girlfriend.
It seems like you followed orders which led you to this particular situation, or at least what you believe to be orders. You should maybe question authority every now and again.
Or maybe you shouldn't and then I wouldn't be here.
Well, you know what they say, love.
Nothing was
Something about love.
Nothing was going to stop you from getting reassigned regardless of whatever happened in Port Tarif. You could have found the love of your life and been assigned to Vitega, or even further north.
Love,
Okay,
love
well-
wins? What is it?
I
Grumbly just told me something.
Well, I'm here because of you. So what ifs don't really matter to me.
Fair enough.
Well, from here, I suggest you leave, if given the opportunity. And I look at Karina.
Maybe when we're offshore.
Perhaps when we're offshore, there may yet be a boat back on the shore of Dalecott for you to row your way back across the bay.
If the Abjurat that's currently camping there lets you go.
You might need help rowing.
Love love good? All you need, love?
Abjurat, what are you talking about? Abjurats are made up. They're not a thing.
Of course.
You're just trying to confuse me. This is what they say you do.
I pull out the black blades that she left behind. Do return these to her. I'm sure I'll see them again one day, but these aren't really my style. And I set them down in front of them. Now, I look to Elder Karina. This is my fault. They came because I provoked them. I don't expect you or anyone in the village to forgive me, but I want to make it clear why this is happening. I will bear my share of the responsibility, but they were never going to leave us alone forever. It was a matter of time. The nature of their order is conquest and eliminating those like us. Free people, free thinkers. And only recently have I realized how far the depths of that statement go. They literally steal the minds of those that they deem useful.
I always said you were a very stupid boy. But you are a good boy and you are a member of the herd.
And I will do everything in my power to make sure that the herd is safe. And that everything in this world is made right for our people and for others like us.
Elder Karina looks around at greener pastures. It still, despite everything, looks very green and pastoral.
We can come back. It's still here.
And we will. And it will be even more beautiful than ever, and the spirits that reside here will remember our touch, just as we remember them. But for now, I believe another pilgrimage is in order. Another great migration. Because we cannot do this alone. We will need help.
I'm afraid you are right. And help me up.
I absolutely lean down and
She hits again and like the mind. No.
ooh, down the throat.
Isn't that the poison ivy vine?
I said they were thorned.
Oh, fucked up.
It does not feel good.
Thorned poison ivy.
All right, start loading the sloops. We'll bring those that we can onto the Breaking Dawn. And I look at that ship and gesture to it.
Mott goes over to the guy with the thorns down his throat and goes, "Love is love." I love making a difference.
As I help some the people, the elderly and those get loaded onto sloops, one thing I would have done on the journey in between free time of cleaning the ship is I would have done my damnedest to use bits and scrap, the little chisel that I have of Sunder, to carve a little crude picture of a winking Karna at the bottom hilt of one of the blades. Just kind of would have written beneath it, "See you soon."
You notice in this moment, now that you're thinking about it, Sunder has not spoken since asking not to be held by.
Frankly, I think we're both a little distant right now.
Mm-hmm. You hear her whisper as you're interacting with her.
She didn't remember me.
She didn't remember me either.
I bound myself to this form to be with her, not with anyone else.
She's out there somewhere, the real her. We just need to find her and reunite her.
It's kind of like me.
A little like me too, I suppose.
And then fucking let's get this going. Drop the kids off wherever we need to drop them off and get on the move.
Well, we're going to need help. Wherever we're going, we'll need to make more friends.
Then you hear Uncle Fergus in the distance going, "All aboard! Next stop, Porno!"
Sounds like as good a place as any. Shall we, Sunder?
Maud knows that something is going on with you because you've been so not yourself.
I'd be standing at the bow of the ship, looking at the setting sun, the poetry of it just kind of ringing with him.
Maud walks up to you slowly, not to spook you or anything, and she's looking out also.
I don't want to ask if you're okay because that's a stupid thing to ask, but I'm here.
I just kind of glance away from the sunset. I look at you and I give you a warm but very, very tired smile. You know, knowing that she's still out there, my feelings haven't changed. she's still within reach. Just like your sister.
My mother was not kind. And the only person that has gotten out of my family alive was my father. He wasn't perfect either, but he was kind. So he would come and go, and one day he just didn't come back. And I would have died if I stayed there, and I asked her to come with me and she did not, so I have to make things right with her. I hope she still loves me, but I wouldn't blame her if she didn't.
I can't speak for her. But those feelings, they never die. She may hate parts about what you did, maybe even parts of you, but you can't change what happened between you and her. You can only try to make things right. And we'll start by finding her. She's in a circus. She sounds fun. I'll probably like her.
I've never been to the circus. I wish it wasn't under such circumstances. Circus stances.
I've performed for a few. It's fun. Traveling with a troupe. And I look around the ship. I look at Alex, Uncle Fergus, everybody that's just kind of crewing and manning the ship. Sometimes it's the people you choose to be around. And not the people you're born with. But in this case, there's no reason it can't be both.
Thank you for giving me a chance.
I just kind of like give you like just a little squeeze. Of course. What's the world like if people aren't given chances? There'd be no interesting stories, that's for damn sure.
If we don't have anything, we have hope.
That we do, Maud. That we do.
Alex below deck passes by one of the barracks and happens to see a foreign token kind of just dangling from a hammock. It's a pendant, and just on impulse he grabs it. Moving on his own without even any conscious thought, he just goes up to the porthole, kneels before it, holding the amulet, and the light just begins to move up his chest, and he remembers the moment he was in the Vatagan Cathedral, swearing his oath as an apostle, and without even thinking about the words to form, he starts to mutter, "Where there is despair, I will bring hope. Where there is wickedness, I will bring good. I will not let darkness consume my heart, and in the night, I will be their light." And as he finishes, he crushes the amulet in his hands so hard it cuts into his open palm, the palm that was burned. But then he looks down at his hands to see the amulet has shifted. Where it was once a trunk with many branches has condensed into a sun on the horizon, spreading out rays of gold. And as he looks up to the porthole, his eyes flash red.